All right, so welcome back, guys. It's your boy JB in the place to be, and this particular video pertains to an outage that resulted from a bit of carelessness. But before we begin, go ahead and click that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and support the channel, and let's begin. Yo. Hello. Buddy, how you doing?
Well,
Hey, how long you guys been out here?
all day.
Huh?
All day.
All day? Were you guys out here yesterday?
No.
We had a node go down right over there, 570 feet away. It's been down all night. Hey, fella. You doing all right?
Yeah.
I check on people in manholes. Did you guys knock around our case?
What case?
You guys caused an outage. So I would assume that these guys are doing a kind of port audit. If you can remember, the last time I took you guys inside of a manhole, there were ducts going this way and that. There was conduit all over the place, and there was cables as well as some wiring all over the place. So in order for these guys to do this accurately and efficiently, they have to take everything out of the manhole so that they can find out what is going to where. All right, so I don't know if you guys actually picked up on what this guy said. He was dropping clues, right? And if you listen closely, we can see that the ball was dropped somewhere. He says that he just got here today. I was told this thing was down all night. The ball was dropped somewhere. Where did it happen? How long have these people been down? Who knows? But that takes me into the subtopic of this video, that being proactive network maintenance. Now let's talk about that. All right, so proactive network management or maintenance is essentially a framework designed to identify, diagnose, and resolve network issues before they impact customers by leveraging various features built into the DOCSIS standard to identify and maintain the health of a network. So what is DOCSIS? DOCSIS stands for Data Over Cable Service Interface Specification, which basically governs how cable modems and CMTS interact. All right, so getting back to DOCSIS, some of the features of a proactive network management or maintenance system would include monitoring upstream, downstream quality, ranging and timing metrics, code word error tracking, upstream spectrum analysis, full bandwidth capture, active and passive testing, triggering alarms and maintenance, and cable modem diagnostics. In this particular case, it was the triggering of alarms that caused my arrival. X amount of network devices suddenly went offline, and apparently they've been offline for quite some time, which is the reason why folks reached out to me. Okay, all right. So just like always, before we get started, first thing we want to do is we want to go to the nearest point where we would assume the damage to be and shoot the fiber with our OTDR. And yes, here's a shot of it. My shot puts me very close to where these guys were. And truth be told, I even drove past these guys on my way to this node. So I had an idea of what's going on. Yeah, anybody in troubleshooting would tell you that the first question you want to ask is, what has changed? Has anything changed recently that led up to this event? And the only thing that would have changed in the environment was these guys are here, and they do pretty much the same thing I do. So here we are.
Probably broke right in here.
Yeah, I might have to prep it back, but I'm gonna see if I can get her up for now.
It's probably where they transitioned in there, because it seems like that's where But these should all be in transport tubes, you know?
They should be in transport tubes. But as you can see, there's a lot of shit that's been going on.
Yeah.
It's not properly sealed.
Right.
It's trash, man.
Yeah, we can see the blinking red light. So where is the VFL? The VFL is actually inside of the node housing. It is attached to one of the fibers that I know is going to show up here. So it's my way of validating my findings. Let's keep going. Yeah, so if we were to look at this, it's a complete mess. We got bare fiber all over the place. Stuff looks like this when carelessness runs rampant. We can see that the bare fiber is going right into the port, which is it's a red flag. We know something got yanked out. We can see that the transport tube is also going into the port, but we can also see that it's been smashed, as in it's been zip tied in place and then pulled through a zip tie. Someone was yanking on this thing, right? Someone was pulling pretty hard on it. All right, let's have another look here. Yeah, if we look towards the ports of the case, the entry ports of the case, we can see bundling, right? We can see a bunch of electrical tape. Big red flag. If you can't heat shrink these things,
do it! Just do it! So just do it!
But he never got back to me.
Where'd it go?
okay, so there's the VFL.
Where'd it go?
We see the blinking light.
Do you see? There it is. Okay.
Yeah. Our fault detector is still working.
Nah. Whoever took the case out earlier, right? They said that they didn't do it, but whoever took it out earlier, if you look here, like this is a hold down for a strength member, right? And if you ever watch any of my videos, you know what the fuck a strength member is. So what you're supposed to clamp it down here. So, yeah, it stays locked onto the bracket. As you can see, it's too short. Right, it's too short, and it was never attached in the first place. We can see here. I mean, your next best bet is to can at least put heat shrink on. That didn't happen, and this is going to the node.
Looks like a lot of slack.
That didn't happen. So whoever was pulling it out, they probably pulled it by the bundle at first, and then when they got time to grab the case, they
Probably
grabbed
at
it
its,
here,
easiest point. This thing could have been
which
filled
led
with
to all
water.
this mess.
We see the brown here.
You know, in a
of,
way, this is a
the
good
rust
thing.
from the nuts. And
You know,
bolts.
because at least it ain't squirrel chew, right? And they already got it out of the hole, so.
Just a top view here. All right, so we can see here we got everything together. I mean, once you splice one, you've basically spliced them all, right? It gets very monotonous. So let's just jump ahead. Let's see what actually was happening in the manhole. Okay. All right, so we can see, you know, it's not too muddy underneath. Lots of cases underneath here. But we can see where I placed our case so that we won't get in the way of other technicians in the future, right? The initial guy, he said that the main reason, the problem that he saw was that the case was on the ladder. That presents itself a safety hazard, right? So of course you would want to move that out the way. And if you're the owner of said case, you would want it to not be in the way at all. You want this thing in the background, completely invisible. That way nobody bothers with it. All right, so yeah, so when I put it back in here, I put it behind the ladder, nice and snug against the racks, against the rails, so that no one would ever bother with this thing again. All right, now, so I've made it back to the node. Let's go ahead and shoot it. All right, this is the VFL. might have showed you this earlier, but this is the VFL. I got it set to glint so that it's blinking, so that we can make sure this is the actual fiber that we're gonna troubleshoot. Okay, we got our coupler here. The VFL is still working. Always make sure your stuff's still working. Never know when the batteries are gonna go dead. My buddy Dylan got this for me. I don't know how much it cost him. Links in the description. Links in the description, right? Alright. So let's go ahead and shoot it. We know that the damage was pretty close, so let's set the duration, the pulse, and the pulse width pretty short. Let's make sure it's going all the way back. Boom. Boom. It's going.
Nice.
It's going further than the 600 feet we thought it was for these inconsistencies, man. And just for kicks, let's make sure that our frequencies are up to snuff, right? Let's make sure everything's tip-top before we pull away. That gap in the middle is the OFDM carrier. It's literally combining multiple frequencies into one massive frequency to carry more data for better performance on the network. We can see that everything's good. The mirror is good. There's no burr issues. The OFDM is all right. All right, so everything's tip top, man. So we're gonna check it again, just because. Why not, right? We're already here. Let's cross our T's, dot our I's. Okay, so if you've seen one splice, you've seen them all. Whether it's ribbon or individual splices, you basically know how it's gonna go down. But thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Loads of new content coming in the future. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any concerns. And thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. You guys are the best. Have a nice one. Peace. Oh.